A few years ago, I came across an article that inspired me to add a new date to the Weird Holidays and Observances listing. The article was 15 Weird Forgotten Holidays We Should Totally Bring Back on ViraLuck. The date was April 24th, St. Mark's Eve. Which sounds pretty harmless and rather ordinary, doesn't it? In and of itself, there's nothing to suggest St. Mark's Eve would be all that macabre or unusual. I would have skipped right over it on ViraLuck's listing if not for the spying on future ghosts part. Did you hear that and think the same thing I did when I read it? What in the world is spying on future ghosts all about? Well, first of all, it's not so much spying as foreseeing who will die in the coming 12 months. Apparently, this was a popular St. Mark's Eve pastime in England between the 17th and late 19th centuries. People would sit in a church porch, which, pause here for a moment, do you know what a church porch is? I had to look that up myself. It's a room-like structure at a church's main entrance. Thanks, Wikipedia. Anyway, if you have a church like that, you sit silently in its porch between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. During this time, you watch. Legend had it that the ghosts of those who would die during the coming year would be witnessed passing into the church. To prepare for the watching, some people fasted. Some also walked around the church before going to sit inside the church porch. Nothing like staying up all night, being hungry, and getting some exercise to make you more mentally susceptible to seeing ghosts, right? There's also some additional St. Mark's Eve folklore. Some believed the ghost you spied first, meaning closest to 11 p.m., would be the ones to die first, while those seen nearer to the 1 o'clock hour would die later in the year. And I'm not sure if it's just in Yorkshire where this next legend might happen, or if it's where the legend sprung to life. But the folklore from Yorkshire states that if you turn around 7 times in a garden on St. Mark's Eve, a man will appear behind you. It doesn't say if there's a certain time of the day or night on St. Mark's Eve that you should do this, though. And a man? What man? Why would you want to make a random man appear behind you? What's he supposed to do? I'm still trying to figure that part of the legend out. If you happen to know, please get in touch with me and fill this piece of the puzzle in for me. Unless conjuring a man had to do with another superstition, where it was rumored that a young woman could see the face of her husband by holding her smock in front of a fire on St. Mark's Eve. So if you're a single lady listening to this and you're tired of Tinder or Flipbox or whatever they call it now, and you have a smock laying around that you want to use to see the man that you'll be marrying, now you know how to get a preview of your mister's face. But would you want to have a sneak peek at who's going to die in the year ahead? That seems like a weird thing to want to know, doesn't it? Or is it just me? I get the wanting to see your future husband. That makes sense. Sorry, guys. I don't know if that would apply to how you could see your wife. But, I'm not sure I'd want to know who was going to die, even if I knew them or not. But I've got to be honest. Part of me wants to try, just to see what happens. Both sitting in a church porch and turning around in a garden 7 times to see if a man shows up. I'm already married, so I don't need the smock part. But if the man showed up, I got a lot of questions for that guy because I want to know, what is he doing there? As always, thank you so much for listening, and maybe I'll see you in a garden or in a church porch on St. Mark's Eve.